Little Miss Lorraine. Today I'm sharing my September sewing makes with you. I made 3 things this month and there were 2 things that I started that I haven't finished yet and 1 thing that I didn't get to. But I think that was pretty good considering it was a pretty crazy month for me. I am currently on holidays at the moment, so my last day of work was yesterday, which is Friday. So that's really exciting. I've got 2 weeks off, so I'm planning to get quite a bit of sewing done in that time. My sister is getting married at the end of October, which is in 3 weeks, 3 weeks today actually. So I will be helping her out with a few things, but I do plan to get quite a few things sewn this month. Quite a few videos planned. You guys have requested quite a few great videos, so I'm going to be doing one on how I store my fabric and my patterns, some favourite patterns, some lookbooks, that sort of thing. I'm also going to be doing a blog post on how Kenneth and I made my cutting table, because I had so many requests for that, so I've got time to photograph them for the next couple of weeks, so I'll do that. I am currently updating our website and it's a bit scary because I'm sort of going out alone, i.e. not using something like an easy to use blogger or a Squarespace type thing. So anyway, I'm not going to get too much into it. I might do a blog post on it if you are interested, but it's a complete overhaul and a complete makeover. So I'm really excited to share that with you, and hopefully I'll get that done sometime soon. Anyway, let's jump into what I made this month. I'm really excited to show you my molly top. This wasn't something that I mentioned in my September sewing plans video. The ebook, which is the My Capsule Wardrobe Sew Over It City Break book, was released by Sew Over It a couple of weeks after I did that video. And I ummed and I ahed whether I was going to get it or not, and then in the end I bought it. So it's an ebook that has 5 different patterns in there, but majority of those patterns you can actually make different variations of them. So I think really you get 6 or 7 patterns for the 5, which was absolutely amazing. It worked out to be something like $6 Australian a pattern, so for me that was really good. They are all PDFs, so I know there are a lot of people that weren't hugely happy about that, but I am completely fine with it. Like I said in my last video, I'm completely fine with PDFs. And I do have a how to use PDF patterns video, which I'll link down below if you're interested. It just makes it so much cheaper for them, and I don't mind printing them and sticking them. So I purchased the book, and then the next day I printed off the pattern, stuck it all together, traced it all off, cut it all out and sewed it. It was the easiest sew, like I'm not joking, it was so easy. Definitely a great beginner's pattern. So I made it out of the grey cotton linen that I found at the Flinders Street Market's Fabric-a-Brac, which I went to recently, and I have a whole video on that one. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got the grey fleck in there, and it's a cotton linen blend, so it's really beautiful to wear. The only thing is it's a little bit see-through, this material, which I didn't really think about when I made it, but it's fine. I just wear a tank top underneath it, and I probably won't wear it too much in summer anyway, and if I do, I don't think it'll matter being see-through, but I'll just pop back and show you the full length. Absolutely love this top. It has a gorgeous boat neck design. It has like an up-down hem. I'm sure there's a proper name for that, so please let me know below. And the sleeves are really interesting. They actually are sort of all in the pattern here, and then the sleeve starts here, which makes for a really easy construction. So I actually really liked it. This is one of the reasons why I purchased the book, is I've been looking for a top pattern that has this sleeve action in it. I'll see if I can show you. You can see it there. Because I just think they're so flattering and they look so good. I cut the size 8, I think that was the smaller size, and it fits me perfectly. The sleeves are the perfect length. They're not too long, but they're not short that you feel like you're always having to pull it down. The neck, oh my gosh, I was so happy with the neck. It's probably the best knitted neck that I've ever done. By knitted I mean knit fabric. So it sits perfectly. I was a bit worried about this material because it is so thin, so I didn't use my overlocker. I just used the sewing machine because I was so scared it was going to get caught up. But Lisa includes tips for sewing with the different fabrics in the book. So she suggested using a 0.5 zigzag and then I think it was a 2.5 stitch length. So that actually made it really easy to sew. Just be careful, I did have to unpick a couple of times when I attached the front and the back, but that was just me. This fabric doesn't very easily show the right side and the wrong side, and I sewed it and then I realised I'd done the wrong side for one bit. So that's probably my only thing that went wrong with this. I'm planning to make more of these because I absolutely love them. This also comes in a dress version, which is gorgeous, and quite a few bloggers have made that. So overall, I love this pattern and I definitely recommend it. The next thing I made this month was the Sew Over It Ultimate Pencil Skirt, which I did plan to make this month. So I made it out of the pinky tablecloth that I picked up from my local op shop. So I'll just step back and show you. I absolutely love this pattern. It fits me perfectly. I only had to take in the top 1 centimetre on each side because it was a little bit big, but apart from that, the fit is absolutely perfect. I actually wore it with this top to work the other day and loved them together, so I think this will be a great combination. So it has got the two darts down the front, and an invisible zip at the back. It doesn't have a waistband, but I actually really like that. It is another really easy thing to sew, so another great beginner's pattern. It also has, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but the little kick back here, which I actually really like how it's open. I've never sewn one open before, so the first kick something that I sewed was in my Mabel Colette skirt, the version 3, and that's not actually a split one, that's just sewn into it. And I really liked it, but I think I prefer the open one better. I think it looks nicer and it sits a lot nicer. So yeah, apart from that, I really love this. The hem, I hand stitched the hem, which was a first for me. You can sort of see it with this material, but I don't think it really matters. You just can't really finish off the hem any other way, and I know that Lisa really loves hand stitching, so I think that's probably why it's designed like that. But I'll definitely be making more of these. One version is going to feature in my October makes video, so watch out for that one. But yeah, another great sewing pattern and really easy to sew. Okay, so the other thing I'm so happy to be finally finished is my competition entry for the Tessuti Fabrics cutout lace competition. I completely left this to the last minute. I had like 2 months to sew it, and I was sewing it the day before it was due and on the day, so I'm not surprised that I didn't win anything, but there were some really amazing entries, and I will pop the link to the Pinterest board down below where all of the entries are housed. So I was originally going to make a play suit, and then I was going to make a dress, and then I decided that I was going to make a top, and I am really happy with how it's turned out, and I will definitely wear it, but it's not exactly what I pictured, but still I am really happy with it. So I'll just jump back and show you. This is the front. This bit here was a completely last minute thing. I will explain why it's like that in a minute, but I'll just show you the top. So it's got the lace panel here, and then some lace down the bottom, and the little polka dots on the bottom I added at the end, and I'm so happy that I did because I think it makes it even cuter. But the back is the real like centerpiece of this. So this is the back. I saw a pin on Pinterest about with a photo of a top similar to this, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it would show off the lace perfectly. So we've got the spots down the back, the lace, the plain, then the lace and the spots down the bottom. So overall I'm really happy with it. Yeah, so when I was cutting out the top, I used the Sew Over It Ultimate Shift Dress as a bit of a guide, very loosely, as a bit of a template. And I was a bit scared about cutting the material and then not having enough, so I did make it a little bit bigger, and I shouldn't have done that because it meant that this was just way too big, which was really annoying because everything else looks so beautiful. And then this was just like a cow neck, but it was a really ugly cow neck and it didn't work, so I added this in. I think it looks like fine, but it's not at all what I'd pictured. But I'll still wear it, so I just, well, I actually put elastic and tried to share it, but it didn't work, so then I hand stitched it. But overall, I am really happy with how this turned out. And like I said, I'll link the Pinterest board down below so you can see who the winners were, and also who the other entries as well. On to the two things that I started but didn't finish this month. I am really close to finishing both of them, so I'm definitely going to finish them during my holidays, but I also have a question about one of them that hopefully some of you will be able to help me with. So the first one is this top. So this was the vintage blouse pattern in the Great British Sewing Bee Fashion with Fabrics book, and this was the kimono that I picked up at my local op shop. So I'm really close to finishing. I just need to finish off the binding on the sleeves and the buttons down the front, although I think I'm probably going to use snaps. So I am really close to finishing. I'll pop it on for you. So it is actually a really good fit, so I'll definitely be using this pattern again because I think it is really cute. The sleeveless version doesn't actually have a bow on there originally, but I liked the bow feature. That's what drew me to the blouse, so I added it on. My bow is not as thick as the one that it calls for because I used whatever leftover fabric I had. So this is the top. It does look a little bit big, but I would wear it tucked into something, is how I would envision wearing it. I have to say, I'm not actually hugely keen on the fabric now that it's all together in a top, but I think once it's all finished and I wear it tucked into like a black skirt, it would look really nice. So yeah, like I said, all I have to do is finish the binding on the shoulder, on the sleeves, and put the buttons on and hem it. So I'll definitely be finishing that one during my holidays. This one I'm actually a little bit bummed about because I got really close to finishing this and I was so happy with how it was turning out. And then I inserted the zip and it just all went wrong. So I'll show you it and explain what happened. So this was part of a set, so it had a large size 18 blouse and the skirt. I absolutely love the pattern on the skirt, so I knew that I wanted to try and make a crop top and skirt set out of it. So I have pretty well finished the skirt, which is really gorgeous. I added more pleats at the front, so make sure you check back to my September sewing plans video to see what it was like before. That was really easy, and I added the waistband back on, which is great, but then I added the zip in, and I added an invisible zip because I thought it would look nicer and I love invisible zips. But I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but it sort of all bunched up when I did it, and I think it's because the fabric is quite thin. But I was really proud of myself because I've attached the lining to it and everything, and it's the first time I've ever done that. So I'll pop it on for you and I'll see if I can show you what I mean. So this is the skirt. Like I said, I really love this and I really want to finish it so I can wear it. But at the back, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see in this video, but the zip kind of all bunches up here and then it goes off to the side. Whoop. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm so annoyed, and I'm wondering if it's because the fabric is quite thin. my first ruby dress that I made was out of a thin fabric, and the same thing happened to that, so I'm thinking that's probably why. But if you have a solution for me, or know how I can prevent that from happening, please let me know. I was thinking, should I be using the sewing stay tape for the zip instead to make it more sturdy? I'm not really sure, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know below, because I really want to wear this skirt. It's coming into spring, although we have had the most horrendous September with weather. We had the worst storms in 50 years the other day, and we have just had so much rain, it's insane. But spring weather is coming, so I really want to be able to wear this. So like I said, if you have any suggestions, please let me know below, because I really want to try and finish at these holidays. The one thing I didn't get to this month is the crop top, which matches the material of this skirt. I just didn't have a chance to do it. I know the pattern I want to use. It's from the Great British Sewing Bee book again, but I just haven't had a chance to sew it. So I'm hoping I'm going to get time to do that these holidays, because I think that will be a really versatile piece to add to my wardrobe. Also, just quickly, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the Little Red Dress project. So if you haven't seen it popping up on Instagram, make sure you head over to Renata's Instagram feed, which is Running in Style. I will link that down below for you. She has initiated a Little Red Dress project for Christmas, which I'm so excited about. So I'll be revealing what I'm sewing in my November sewing plans, and the big reveal where everyone shows what they made is December the 21st. So make sure you head on over to her Instagram feed to see the full story on it. I'm also doing a blog post with some inspiration photos and a sneak peek of what I am going to be making once the blog is up and running. So make sure you're following me on social media to find that one. All of the rules and everything are over there. She does say shift dress or sheath dress, but if you are a more advanced sewer, she has also said that you can sort of go with whatever you want. So I am probably not a huge fan of the shift dress on me, just because it makes me look like I'm trying to hide something. So I'm not planning on making a shift dress, but it was just a way to make it accessible for beginners, because shift dresses are such an amazing beginner sewing pattern. Thanks so much for watching again. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. All of my social media links are down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!